good? It has been a minute since I've recorded, and I'm just, to be honest, I sometimes wonder if, I think I overthink making these videos sometimes, and I think I've got to have something to show, but I actually just enjoy making them. So I'm gonna continue to just do that and kind of do a little vlog series, dare I say it. I've just been doing work this morning, had a lot of meetings, but I finally, as you probably saw, I'll put it what I'm using, but I recently got this little 12 South curve flex stand, and it is something I've needed to have for a while now because I'm working on like a super chill setup, and I just don't want to spend the money on a mad setup at the moment. Down the line that will come, but it's not really needed at the moment. I'm actually finding I'm really productive just working on my laptop and just getting zoned in and having the iPad as a second screen / stuff to watch YouTube on. And I've also been trying to get into NeoVim, and LazyVim has been a really cool way to do that. So slowly setting that up. But yeah, this stand is pretty sweet. So take that off. It goes completely flat, and it's got like a carry case, so I can take it to WeWork and stuff. And it's, yeah, you can tighten it, you can extend it, you can do all sorts on it, and my MacBook Air fits on it super nice. And you can have it like multiple different heights, which is cool. It just saved my posture, and I stopped sitting like a prawn. But I've done loads of meetings this morning. I'm gonna go get a coffee, do some work for a bit, and then check in. I'm also probably gonna be covering Vancouver Design Festival. We're going to a talk tomorrow, which will be cool, and then there's some like open houses and design studio stuff as well, so that'd be really cool. I'm gonna get changed and go get a coffee. Peace. Unnecessary stuff. I also know that people are going to hate me for this, but I'm not going to lie. I quite like the fact that I can put a hoodie on, even though it's still quite sunny, to be fair, but I like wearing hoodies. It's comfy, aren't they? And we're getting ready for fall, as we Americans and Canadians say. But I'm quite liking it, I'm not going to lie. Sorry. Also, Barney got me this sweet Gramici and Wonder bag collab, and it's like a backpack, but it turns into like a little toty boy for the adventure days and stuff, which is pretty cool. Definitely check them out if you haven't already, especially if you're into climbing or just outdoor stuff. It's really good stuff. How is it going? So I did go to the coffee shop, had loads of work to do and get done, which was good, but I didn't film anything because I was rushing to hit a deadline and then forgot. I think I may have taken some photos, filmed a little bit, but I am back working, and me and Lani are gonna go check out Vancouver Design Week. I think it's part of Vancouver Design Week, but it's a really cool talk with some designers and people from the industries in Vancouver. I will put something up here to explain it because that was a horrible explanation. We did book it ages ago and probably forgotten, so just checking my microphone's on because it normally isn't. Yeah, so I'll try and film a little bit of that, and I'm gonna go meet Lani to do some work first. She's got some stuff to do, I've got some stuff to do. I'm building a command line in Go, trying to learn more of Go and NeoVim as well, which is going cool actually. I'm starting to pick it up and really enjoying using it. It's a nice change from VS Code, especially because that's what I've always used, and nice to get back in the terminal and do that sort of stuff. So yeah, I'll keep you updated. Okay, so I just recorded the whole little bit of this video and my microphone was outputting a horrible high-pitched sound, so that's good. So I'm just going to do, it's probably a good thing, keep it concise now. So it's been a minute since I've actually recorded. The last few bits of this video were a week ago or something. I've just been super busy, but I'm going to try and get back to doing weekly or bi-weekly uploads, just because I enjoy doing it. It keeps me consistent and also helps me explain what I'm building and documenting it, which is why I started doing this in the first place. So what I'm actually going to be doing now is do an update on spots and where the app is at. I actually have rewritten my backend again because I am forever procrastinating, but originally I did it in Node and Express, and then I rewrote it in Go purely because I wanted to learn Go, which I'm still doing and really enjoying. However, I was having issues with deploying it on Railway, and it was becoming a pain, and then I thought, you know what, I want to try Edge functions again in Supabase, because it doesn't need to be a full backend. It's only doing audio transcription, which is connecting APIs, passing an audio file, and sending a response back. So it's nothing crazy. And the good thing about Edge functions is that they are globally distributed, and what that means is they're deployed closer to the user, which means there's lower latency. So it should help speed things up, keep it nice and snappy. And I finally got that working. Locally anyway, which was a bit of an interesting one, but I'm going to go through it all, do a bit of an update, and yeah, I think we'll do that, crack on and show you guys. Okie dokie. Hopefully my microphone's working and I'm recording. Cool, so I'm going to jump into this, get everything up and running. I have also been trying to use my terminal more, get back into, I used to use it all the time and then got really lazy and used to using VS Code and having everything in here. But it's actually been really nice, especially working with these Edge functions, having everything up on here. Let's get that started, and then I think Supabase functions start. No, what is it again? Have I got it? Ah, here we go. Let's do this. Serve. We're going to go S and then I. Still using Expo Go. I need to actually create a development build of this, but it's been quite handy for just getting it started. So what we can see now is our simulators starting up and running, and also this terminal window is running our Edge runtime locally. And for that, I'm using Docker, which is currently updating, so that's good. We'll do that later. So it's actually been quite a good local environment to work in. I need to see what it's going to be like actually serving the Edge functions through Supabase. I currently have had to do my API keys and things hard-coded in, which obviously you don't want to do for production, but for this purpose, it's been really good. So I've actually updated the UI of the app as well. changing some colors and things like that. Not finished. I'm going to do a big old run through and update of all the UI as well, but I now have this spots and collections section, which is all of it loads in all of the spots and the locations as well as the collections, and does it async, which is nice. However, I do need to update all of this because the main thing that's slow to load is the images. I need to update this to cache the images. I'm going to use Tanstack query to do that. I think I just haven't implemented it yet, but I also want to see how quick it is as it is, and see if I can just optimize it rather than using something else for now. Get it in and working on an actual device. The only issue is I live in a city. I have the iPhone 14 Pro, so it's pretty quick. So testing it on my device is going to be very different from testing it on other people's devices. Say if it's an Android, that is an older Android or an older iPhone, the load times and things are going to be different. And it's all well and good me just using mine, is great, it works well on my device. You have to think about how that is going to work for everyone. So it does need a lot of optimizing at the moment, but at the moment I'm just running it as is just to get it out. So yeah, I'll show you what I've been doing. So the main function of this has been the transcription side of it. So at the moment, if I try and do this now, it's probably not going to work because demos never work, but yeah, so let's think of a new location. So new pizza place, downtown, looks really cool. So now what that is going to do is we can see it has started recording the local on the device itself, which is a simulator for now. And here is the edge function. So we can see that the edge function is running. This is just a log to see that it's running. It's received the request and it's started the transcription process. It's got the body of the request that's been sent, which is an M4A file, file name, file type, and then it's starting OpenAI transcription. So I'm using Whisper, and that is then sent to there. Transcribes it nice and quick, formats it, and then formatting complete, and then it is sent to back to our device, and we can see that it's saved with all of the location data, and it also has description and things like that. So we've got the title, and I'll show you how that is doing that now. So what I have is, I'll show you the edge function first, and this isn't by any means finished. This is very much just a quick and dirty version of it. So let's not show that. Okay, so here is the formatting function, and this is just for general use of the OpenAI. I think it's just GPT 3.5 Turbo I'm using. And you just explain the role and what the agent's going to be doing. So how I want it formatting, and that is just so that I know what we're getting back. It's going to have a title, description, and tags, and it's going to make sure that it's formatted how my database and backend is set up. So all we're doing now, and one of the biggest issues I found was the file encoding and conversion. Making sure that it's receiving the right file type, it's encoded properly, and it can actually use it. That has been one of the most finicky things to work out, but it's actually a really simple edge function in the end. We do a bit of encoding on the client side and the server side just to make sure that it's all working as is. Again, I'm going to go back through this and optimize it and make sure it's nice and easy to use. So what we're actually using to do this is this utility function, which saves the location and the transcription together. So what this does is it saves the saves the title and description and the tags, and then sends it to the database. And the other thing, oh yeah, record description. So what this does is this is just recording the description, and when it stops, we are setting the record audio in our state, and we then handle it with our transcribe audio, and this is where it all comes together, and we just send it off, which is cool. So that is it, and it seems like a really simple thing, but it's been quite a finicky thing to sort out. But now that that's working, it's super cool because it's one of the main features of it. One thing I am having an issue with is making sure that we are subscribed to changes to our database. So what this should be doing, and what it was doing, is when we have a change in our database or something is added to the spots or the collections, we have this automatically update. And at the moment it isn't quite working as it should be. So obviously I've got a few issues here in that it's not actually saving the location properly, which is a bit of a pain. And we also need it to save in the correct order, so it's not saving at the bottom here, we're saving it at the top. New pizza place. I'm not recording my screen. Record. Okay, so I did just record this and it wasn't working as it should be. So what I'm actually going to just show is how the transcription stuff's working with the edge functions. So I've got my two windows here. One is the edge function running locally with the Docker container, and this is just the output of my simulator, all my logs basically. So yeah, I've updated a lot of the UI now. So this is a recording thing. So cool new pizza place downtown, should take Lani there for a date night. So what that's doing is it's recording the audio. It's then sending it to the edge function, sending the audio file to OpenAI Whisper, which is then transcribed, sent back to the edge function, and then sent back to our device. Okay, cool. So what that's done now is it's sent back to our simulator. Oh, it's just fetching it from the database. You see, I've been testing this twice. But now we've got new pizza place downtown as the title. Cool new pizza place downtown. It's put the description in, and it's created a tag for pizza. At the moment, I'm gonna put in a new check for duplicate tags, because as you can see here, I actually have an error because it couldn't save the tag because it's a duplicate, which is fine, but I need to just add in some additional checks there to make sure the tags are saving correctly. What I have done is it's actually a separate database, so we have a location table, collection table, and tag tables for collections and for locations. So what it's doing is it's creating a relationship between them rather than saving it into the location entry. It just allows us so multiple tags can be related to multiple locations rather than having them duplicated within each location. It's unnecessary data, I guess. So yeah, that's where we're at the moment. As again, you can see that the loading times are a bit slow just for the images and things, but really happy with how it's all working. We can add images in, we can update this, so we can pick different images now. And I need to make it so we can edit the spots. So that's kind of the next step I'm going to do, as well as just figuring out all of the account information and things like that. Get the UI updated. Yeah, so I think it's all going really well. I wanted it ready for testing in October. I said October, I didn't say the start, middle, or end, so technically I'm still on track, but by the end of October I want this out for testing, iOS definitely. Android might take a little bit more time because I'm using an iPhone. I've stupidly just thought, oh, I'll get it working on there first, but I annoyingly do need to get an Android device, just a cheap one, to test it, because you have to test it on an actual device before putting it out for testing on Android. I believe that is what Peacock also had to do, and that man knows what he's talking about, so we'll go with that. But yeah, I will stop waffling and probably end this here and then do another update in a week. So peace.